Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajua. This is going to be the part 2 of my older bottles that smell amazing, that I don't want to live without, that I will always recommend, that I enjoy over several other newer releases. These are incredibly good fragrances. I shared my part 1 earlier and this is just the part 2. So let me start off with the fragrance. I think I was the only one at some point, and still is one of the very few who still talk about Rose's Emotion. I remember this fragrance back in 2023. Yeah, when my channel was like super new. I had been to Dubai and it was like newly launched, and I picked it up. And this has been amazing. Rose's Emotion. This is a very beautiful scent. It is like rose upon rose, a very lightweight rose with some raspberry and some musk, a bit of a powderiness to it. It is quite fresh. It has a bit of a freshness to it. It is beautiful. For whatever it is, you need to try this Rose's Emotion. I don't think I'll ever stop preaching about it. I don't have a single person who has gone to buy this one and giving me a negative feedback. It is not your matured rose. It's a very light citrusy rose with the raspberry, a touch of fruitness, a musky, aquatic sort of feel, a bit fresh and clean. A pretty scent, just a simple, delicate, pretty scent. It's one I'm going to still stand by forever. Full bottle worthy. As soon as this is done, I'm getting myself a new bottle. Yes, that is how I love this and I'll recommend this. Nothing to hate about it. And this is Rose's the Emotion. Another I would also recommend, although I've made several recommendations of lean and their feedback has been 50-50. Some part of the population came back and said they didn't like it. However, I love this fragrance. This is like one of the best mango floral fragrances. It's more of a floral fragrance than an actual mango scent. And the mango in this one feels like the mango skin or the green and ripe mango, but it's a beautiful floral fragrance with a hint of turmeric, nothing too spicy. It is different from your normal everyday tropical mango scent. So let me tell you a story about this. I have a fragrance shop. I'm actually filming from my fragrance shop, and this is one of those fragrances that anybody who enters and I know sprays, buys. Like, I thought it was going to be the women who are going to fall for this, but it's actually the men who enjoy this. Anybody who has bought this one in the store is a man. I've not counted any woman who has bought this one yet. It's been the men. It's an amazing, beautiful, floral heavy. It is just demure and light and delicate, but beautiful, an amazing scent. And that to me is one of the best fragrances I've smelled. It's like hands down. I'm not even going to put it in any category. It's one of the best fragrances I have smelled hands down, and that is lean. Next is a fragrance I have also raved about. These are fragrances I have raved about for months upon months. And December Vanilla, this is a good one. This is a very beautiful, boozy, spicy, heavy patchouli, earthy, the woods, the funk, the spice. It's just a complex, beautiful, delicious, decadent one. I truly enjoyed this. A lot of people say they have bought this off my recommendation as well. It's a beautiful, complex one. It is not for everybody. If you need to love your ooze and your spices and your booziness and your creamy creme brulee with the vanilla, it is a vanilla heavy scent, but it has other complex notes, including the patchouli and the rum, and other spices too. This is truly beautiful. It is so sexy to me, very vibrant and loud and bold and beautiful. Yeah, December Vanilla from Paris Corner. Yet another fragrance I know I was one of the very first to talk about and really make popular. Eternal Max by Paris Corner. This is so beautiful. I have heard people comparing this one to Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. It's in the same family, but I wouldn't consider it like an accurate dupe. I think I enjoy this one a lot over the original Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. This one has some sort of gourmand touch. I always maintain that it has a bit of a gourmand touch, somehow, in my opinion. It's musky, it is like powdery, a bit calming. It has this calming, balsamic effect. But I know people say Juliet Has a Gun. No, it's more than that. There's more to it. I find it a little lactonic. There's a slight hint of lactonic nuance about this that I don't get in the original Juliet Has a Gun. As I said, it's in the same family, but I enjoy this one so much more. It's very feminine, very polished, very elegant. You can dress it down, you can dress it up. It is one of those very warm, like a hug in a bottle sort of feel. If you don't want to do too much, but also want to express yourself in a very gentle, tranquil. It screams tranquility, gentle, not doing too much, and that is Eternal Max. This I will highly stand by on my second bottle, and I have a backup bottle of that. So that is how much I love and enjoy this fragrance, Eternal Max from Paris Corner. This next one, I don't see anybody actually talking about, like even till this day, although I have spoken about severally, Watani Intense by Watani, Watania, I still don't see people talking about it. Try and take the chance on this. Try and take a chance on this. This is so beautiful. It is a heavy honey scent with some cloves and some vanilla. It's more on the honey, it's a rich, decadent, syrupy honey one. It's so rich and pure, like very pure honey and beautiful. It doesn't smell like a lot of the fragrances unless you're comparing it to Oud Al I have always maintained that this one smells identical to Oud Al but this is like the much better, much wearable. I still love my Oud Al People say it is polarizing. I get where they're coming from, but I still think it's one of the beautiful Arabian, Middle Eastern, Oriental sort of, vibes. This one gives me more of the honey. It's a very rich, decadent, pure honey vibes. If you love the notes of honey, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one. Honey with the spices and the florals and the vanilla. It's a very beautiful, mass appealing one. Try and take a chance on this. I know you're not going to be disappointed for the most part. For the most part, of course, a few people will be disappointed by the scent profile. It's a unique one. It leans towards the Middle Eastern, sort of vibe with the woodiness. And then there's this thing that reminds me of the Middle East about this. It gives me a true Arabic, fragrance, but it's a rich, decadent honey scent with the florals, the cloves, and then the vanilla, and that is our Watani Intense. If you want something more bold and gothic, yes, this I've said it's my funeral fragrance. That is how I used to describe this fragrance because that is the vibe it gave me. So for the most part, when I initially got Club de Nuit Intense Woman, it used to be my go-to funeral fragrance, but this is so good. This is so beautiful. Tom Ford's Noir de Noir, your rose, your nutmeg, your oud, rose oud combo with a twist. It doesn't smell like your typical rose oud, fragrance. It's a bit gothic, mushroom truffle like, a bit dark and sultry. It's sexy and bold. And I don't know why I always said it reminds me of, funeral home like, but in a very perfumey, wearable, gothic way. There's something about this, there's this mystery around this, fragrance that gives me that vibe, but also very sexy in a way. It's like a bait for you to enjoy something. I enjoy this a lot. That rose feels like a little wilted. It gives me dry wilted rose, like a red wilted rose. There's nothing juvenile and ladylike about the rose here. It's a very dry, wilted, dark rose, with the saffron and the oud and, the vanilla and the nutmeg. It is different. It is bold. It is intoxicating. And that is Claude Nuit Intense Woman by Armaf. This is a love. I've always loved this fragrance, and I think I would always want to have this, in my collection. I can't forget about F.A. Paris's Caesar. Caesar is a good fragrance, period. It is just a good fragrance. It's also honey heavy with some florals and some gourmand touches. When I got my bottle of honeyed fantasy by Paris Corner, that I could see the similarities, and I think it's been compared to Honey à Oud by Montal. But this is like the much better blended one, the much smoother one of the two, Honeyed Fantasy and this. It feels very identical. but this is so much smoother, so much better, so bold and elegant. The honey comes through, the florals come through, the gourmand nature comes through. I call it the coat of many colors because it has a lot of notes. It's the coat of many colors, in a very beautiful way. It is rich, it is quite complex. I get that honey and the oud, but there's more to it. There's some bit of gourmand, do I say chocolatey feel to it? There's a lot more to Caesar than I get in the other ones that has been compared to Honey and Wood by Montel. This is a good fragrance. Longevity is great. Performance is amazing. Compliments, you get them. It's just bold and rich smelling. I enjoy this. I prefer to layer this one with my Tiziana Terenzi's Asa. That is a combo that never fails me. That is a combo I love and enjoy. Two super strong and bold fragrances. I mix them together. I'm the queen of the day. And that is how this one makes me feel. And this is Caesar from FA Paris. Highly recommended. If you love that Montal Oud, DNA, but a much more smoother version, you might want to go with Caesar. So, on a more ladylike, powdery, irisy note, you're going to go with Fragrance World Rodrigo's Rouge. This is so pretty. An exact copycat of Narciso Rodrigo's, Rouge. Nothing different. I have the original one as well as this one, and I can tell you for sure there is nothing different. Scent wise, performance wise, and longevity and everything, the same thing. This is your powdery, irisy, musky, woody one with a touch of sweetness. It is so good, so calming and cozy and warm. It feels like a hug with the powderiness, but not too irisy. There's this iris in it, but not too powdery, baby powder like, it's more about the woods and the marks and a bit of the sweetness. This is so good. It also projects. It is not shy. It projects. People around can actually smell you. Although it gives you this demure feel, it's still very noticeable around people, for people who do not want to do too much, who work in environments that does not require a lot, but you still want your presence to be felt. You might want to go this way. Rodrigo's Rouge by Fragrance World is one of the best. I enjoy it. It is highly comparable to the original one, and there's several other interpretations of the Narciso Rodrigo's, fragrances, the powdery ones. And yeah, this is the one, Rodrigo's Rouge from Fragrance World. And the last on this list is Amethyst by Lattafa. This wouldn't be a conclusive list without this fragrance. This is a very beautiful scent. Your Turkish delight, pungent or slightly barnyardy sort of feel, the oud, a bit of a funk, the oud. This is so beautiful. Your citrus is there. Candied bergamot, it has this candied bergamot, the Turkish and Bulgarian rose upon rose, vanilla, bold, elegant, beautiful. Another polarizing thing that people did not but it's one of those fragrances I would always stand by. I've had this bottle for 2 years plus, and it's just maturated into something amazing. It smells so beautiful. There's no roughness I will associate with this one at all. I find the animalic nuance so sexy about this. It is a bit barnyardy, a bit on the funky side, but so wearable in my opinion. This is for the bold, the elegant, and the beautiful. It's not too much. At this point, I wouldn't even consider this one too much or polarizing. It's just a beautiful rose heavy scent with your candied, citruses, and then the vanilla. I don't even need to talk anyone into this. If you know, you know. If you have tried this, you know. It has never been for everybody, but those of us who are for this, you know it. You really know it. And that is going to be a wrap for today. And I hope this video found you well. So please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. These are amazing fragrances. They are oldies. The prices have dropped considerably. I enjoyed them over a lot of newer releases. And I would highly recommend that to check them out. And I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye-bye.